What's up, everybody? It's your boy Duval here, back with some more GTA 6 videos for you guys. So TGG again, watching that video I said I would at the end of the previous one, GTA 6 versus real life. So he's visiting the GTA 6 trailer locations in real life, and as we know how Rockstar is, they make the game look exactly like the places do in real life. So let's get into it.
Shot number 1, Ocean View Drive. Okay, so we just touched down in Miami, safely in the hotel now. You might recognize, if we look outside, it's looking a little bit familiar. We're gonna try and line up the exact shot.
That looks exactly like the trailer.
Pixel by pixel. Now, obviously, Ocean Drive is a lot bigger in real life. So some buildings that are here just aren't in the game. To be honest, I didn't expect this entire street to just smell like weed, but it does.
It's Miami, so.
What do you reckon?
I get
that's strong right there. That is strong.
I get wafts of it like every once in a while. It's just like, oh.
Yeah, that's the shot.
Oh, I need to make screenshots so I'm watching this.
The exact shot. You can even see Hotel Victor, which is Hotel Dixon in the game way back there.
Yeah.
The Clevelander, Breakwater, which is Boardwalk, I believe. That's the exact shot. This is one of the clubs that was in that shot that we just showed. It's called the Clevelander. And it looks crazy in there. Location 2, Miami Beach Part 1.
The chicks love a lot of Instagram followers.
You heard it here first. Chicks love a lot of Instagram followers.
Sure.
That's the only reason Matt's here. Okay, so we're pretty much at the spot for one of the opening shots of the trailer. See that building? You probably know what I'm talking
looks exactly about.
And Matt says, should have brought a ladder so you can get a bit closer to the trailer shot.
That is something that I said, yes.
So I think I'm just going to hop on your shoulders and we're going to get up as high as we can and recreate that drone shot.
Sounds like a plan. What a friend with movable ladders.
Okay, so we're pretty much in line perfectly with one of the opening trailer shots here. It is a bit cloudy, but I don't know if it's going to clear up much today. But this
Miami architecture is so interesting to me.
Maybe a bit further right, like.
Also, this gives me movie theater vibes, having all those lawn chairs. Is that what you call them? Beach chairs, whatever they're called.
That. I'll show a photo of what it looks like from above, where people have sort of exactly recreated that trailer shot. But this is, I have to admit, kind of surreal. I can't tell if that's
from the game or real life.
But just like in the trailer, all of the umbrellas. There's so many umbrellas. I haven't put them all up yet. Location 3, Miami Beach Part 2.
There's a helicopter that's supposed to be carrying the banner from the trailer.
We could tell we were at the right spot when we saw this building, because this is the very first building you could see on the left in the trailer shot. So now we just
show it.
On the left there, you can see that yellowish building that's on the left side.
I thought he was going to show the trailer. Oh, okay, we see it now.
That is a long beach. Unfortunately, well, the sun's coming out a little bit, but it's a bit cloudy. But I think this is pretty much as good as we're going to get. You can see Matt over there just chilling, becoming an NPC. Shot number 4, the speedboat. So we just arrived at Bayside, and we're about to take a speedboat and try and recreate that speedboat shot when they go alongside the port. We'll see how we go. Now, unfortunately, we didn't have like a drone or another boat that we could put in front of our boat to perfectly recreate the shot. So instead, I wanted us to actually be in the boat that's in the trailer shot. It was kind of cool knowing that, you know, we were just recreating and living out the life of the NPCs that were in the trailer. And here you can see the port that's in the trailer, pretty much the exact ship. And here's how we did for the shot.
I could use that, yeah. This is something I would do every day if I lived in Miami.
Before we got off the speedboat, though, we saw a couple more things that were in the trailer as well. The first is a seaplane pulling one of those advertisement banners that you saw in one of the first shots in the trailer. Pretty cool to see that in real life, as well as Star Island, which is where all of the very, very expensive celebrity mansions are. And we even saw one of the mansions Dexter was shot in as well, so that was pretty cool. Shot number 5, 500 Brickell Avenue.
I'm just taking so many screenshots.
So for our next spot, we're coming up on 500 Brickell, which was that building near the start of the trailer that you probably saw. You might not have known what it is if you're not from Miami. And we're coming up on it now, so we can see it sort of through these trees, I guess.
I don't think they got the angle right there.
So it turns out that this side of the road is like completely under construction. We're gonna see if we can still get to the spot. I think we'll be able to, but Miami has a lot of construction going on. Okay, so not only is there a construction site over there, there's also a construction site here. Now this is kind of really important because this building right here is the one that you see in the trailer. Now I don't know where they're driving. They're probably driving on whatever this construction site is meant to be. So basically, the trailer shot is looking up at this, and then you can see...
Is that a light? Oh.
In the background. We're going to try and go further that way. Okay, we're going to go up into the Metro Mover station, because that's right next to the building. Should give us a good shot, hopefully. Oh my god. This is a lot of stairs. Especially with the heat. Okay, so we're at the top. Out of breath. Sadly, I don't think we're going to be able to recreate this shot perfectly, because there's just things in the way in real life, but here's the first building you see. And then you do see
these fish islands. You can see the roundness on the edges.
So it's like, kind of like that. That's pretty close. Alright, so we made it to the spot basically. This is as close as we're going to get. And you just can't see the circle on top of Brickle. Maybe I'll zoom in to see if I'll show you exactly what I'm trying to show you. But basically, yeah, in the trailer, this is like a road that they were driving across to look up at that building. Shot 6, the Wynwood Kami. Okay, so we just got to Wynwood. You can see all of the walls behind me, but we'll cut straight to the chase. The thing you probably want to see is exactly where that trailer shot was, right?
The color walls, yeah.
We're standing on it.
The mirrors.
Right now, which is so cool. All right, we'll flip the camera around and I'll explain what's happening. Okay, so as we're walking down here, where they're turning into that Kami, that's actually right here.
Right here, yeah.
Obviously it looks different. We've even got like a messy mural on the side of it right now, which is pretty cool. And they're turning into here, which I guess is going to be, yeah, some sort of Kami area. That's kind of cool. The reason we know this is the exact spot is actually because of a couple things. Number one is that building way back there. So we can see the WeWork building here. That's not in the game, but that building at the very end,
yeah, is.
Now, another reason we know that this is the exact spot is because of a bakery up here. Now, on your screen now, I'm hopefully showing you that bakery in game.
I can barely see it though.
And people have tried to find this exact spot in real life before, but haven't found it.
The resolution was a bit bad.
They found the bakery, but they couldn't find this exact spot. So just like in the game, the bakery is on the right-hand side up here. But here's this bakery. So I'll get a front shot. Here's the bakery. We were down over there walking this way before. And then, yes, you have that big, whatever this building is, down in the distance. And this street's going to be crazy in the game, I already know. Alright, we're in a shop here in Wynwood, and I've told Matt he needs to buy this shirt to look like Tommy Vassetti.
A large is kind of large.
Okay, this
that looks
might
exactly
be
like him too.
the most bizarre thing you could ever imagine. He even got the glasses.
Pretty sure that's his.
Okay, hold on. We're going to show you the funniest thing ever
to his shirt.
in Wynwood. What do you reckon they'll put that in the game? Okay, hold on. I'm not gonna. I'm just gonna show you. All right, here on this ball here.
What is that?
We have.
Oh, a snake.
What is it?
Dark viper.
It's a dark viper. And on the very next ball, we have a gorilla.
That's probably around
and he's
there.
got glasses just like me, for real. He's just like me.
Except
so
you're not a...
We've got dark viper and a gaming gorilla. What are the actual chances of that? Shot 7, the airboat in the Everglades. Okay, look, gonna be honest, this isn't as much of us getting a shot, it's just more of us enjoying our time in the Everglades and seeing some alligators. And can I just say, airboats are loud. Cover your ears. Wait for this. Ready?
I can only imagine. We need an outside shot, but I don't think that's even possible because your guys are in the boat. You'd have to.
But we did see a handful of alligators. And do you remember this shot from the trailer? Well, it turns out that the Everglades National Park actually rescues a lot of the alligators that were nuisance alligators. Basically, alligators that were in people's backyards, in people's pools. So that alligator in the trailer that was in a pool, in real life, some of them end up here.
Look at these white people trying to tame animals that should not be tamed. I would never trust that shit.
Alright, Lucia.
Location 8, the Venetian Causeway. Now, a lot of people have
Oh,
already
so that's what
taken
it's
a drone
called. I
shot
didn't know
of this
that.
location in real life, and I don't have a drone, so instead, we wandered around
looks
on the
damn near
ground to
identical.
explore everything we saw in the trailer on the ground. And I want to give a huge shout out to Gabe. Thank you for driving us everywhere. Gabe is a viewer of the channel and Matt's channel as well. So thank you, man, and thank you for the drone footage as well. Is this that tennis court and parking lot that is in this?
Shout out to
Is
Gabe.
there a tennis court there? Yeah, here. This is a
I want to see like an aerial shot though, but I mean he already showed us, so I guess I should.
Boots on the ground. We're gonna find if this is really a tennis court.
And it
It's
is.
a tennis court.
Wow.
It's real.
There's gonna be tennis in GTA 6?
You're
It was
gonna
in
play
5,
tennis
so
on
I
this
don't
tennis
doubt
court
it.
in game.
Madness. I'm so excited.
Well, there's an Instagram account called Only in Dade, where it's like they post all the crazy shit that happens in Miami-Dade. If you scroll long enough, you'll find a couple videos like that.
So apparently, people twerking on top of cars is a thing that happens a lot.
Happens all the time. You stand
I've
by
seen the
Miami long enough,
memes,
you'll see a
the
couple.
viral clips, I should say.
You mean the car's in motion, right? Like seriously.
Sometimes it'll be in motion, sometimes it'll just be parked in the middle of the road blocking traffic. And we started watching with all the people that were walking in the building. And they're like, yo, they're twerking on the cars, this is crazy, it's really real.
Shot 9, the Lucia in the back of a car shot. So we know the exact location of this shot, but it's impossible to completely recreate the shot perfectly, and here's why. This, in real life, is the Kaseya Center, which you can see here. But the trailer shot happens on what is, in real life, the MacArthur Causeway. So Rockstar actually moved the Kaseya Center way further right, so this exact shot just isn't going to be possible. But what we did do was still drive the exact same way Lucia was, and I stuck a camera out the top of Gabe's car to basically get the POV of what Lucia was actually seeing in the trailer. So here's the result.
He can't do the body in the air shot because somebody would have to have the camera behind him, and that's just not possible. Would've been
Location
cool, though.
10, Club Space. This shot here takes place inside of one of the actual clubs in Miami called Club Space, but sadly it was shut down when we tried to go there. But we did meet the owner of the club outside, so there's that.
No, we work with.
Oh shit, we're at 11? We're at Space.
Those usually foams though.
What's that?
Where is the owner? I would love to see what he looks like. Maybe he didn't want to be on camera.
My partner also.
He did say he
The
wasn't
next
happy about
morning,
the
it was
film.
time to head out to the Florida Keys to try and recreate this trailer shot here. And yes, that means we had to book a seaplane to get the authentic experience. So we headed out to the water to head on the plane.
How does that plane look like he's gonna fall apart? Look at it.
Location 11, the radio tower. About 10 or 15 minutes into our flight, I was not expecting to see this. We went directly past the
taken at least 30
WCIX
screenshots so
TV
far.
tower, which is in the Redlands of Florida. And this is actually the exact tower that was in the very first shot of the...
Look at how square everything looks from this high up. And I know that's not just a Florida thing, that's just an American thing, but it looks so neat the way the land is structured. Look at that. So many squares. It's like when you look at the CPU and you see all of the square components, the CPU on that part, the GPU, anyway, I'm getting too deep into it.
GTA 6 trailer. Crazy that we got to see it, and I know a lot of us are going to try and climb this as soon as the game comes out. Now, we're going to see this exact bridge in a second, but first, we flew to Key West, the very southernmost point in the entire United States. At this point, it's not clear how many of the Florida Keys Rockstar is actually going to put into
Gulf of
GTA
Mexico.
6, but I'd say
Or
it's
the Gulf of
almost
America,
certain
I
to
should
get
say,
some
as
sort
it's
of
been
parody
renamed
of
to.
Key West, and definitely
By
some
you know
sort
who.
of in-game parody of this buoy here that shows the most southernmost point of the US. Location 12, the blimp. On our way to the bridge that was in the trailer, we saw
I
the
can't tell if that's
actual
real life or
blimp
GTA
that was
6.
sitting on the
I
ground
know it's
in
real
that
life.
trailer shot. So I asked our pilot, Tony, what the blimp was for. Apparently, it's actually a scouting blimp or a surveillance blimp that scans for any boats coming across from Cuba. Because the Keys are actually less
Immigrants.
than 100 miles away from Cuba. So it's going to be interesting to see if that's the blimp's
Illegal
purpose in
immigrants.
GTA 6 as well, and if Cuba actually makes it into the game.
It's
Our
not.
final shot is the seaplane heading over the Bahia Honda Bridge. This was one of those moments where it really felt like I was in the trailer, and flying over it in a plane really gets you a perspective that you can't get on the ground. A lot of people wonder why there's two bridges. Well, the bridge on the right is actually an abandoned railroad bridge, and as a result,
Yeah, it seems
the
to have a
government
breakage
cut off
here.
either side of the bridge so that people couldn't get on there because it's unsafe. Now, sadly, we couldn't recreate the exact angle of the plane
I wonder why
on
they don't
this
fix
bridge,
it.
but our pilot Tony did his best to recreate it on one of the bridges a bit further up. So with everywhere we wanted to film, we
How
headed
cheaply
back
that
to
metal is
Miami.
attached
Our
to the
pilot
plane
Tony
wing.
cut the engines, thought that would be funny for a few seconds. Very funny, Tony.
I mean, it could be rust over the years, but it just doesn't look high quality to me.
And he even let me fly the plane for a couple of minutes, which was pretty neat. It's a little bit harder than it is in the game.
I
And
can
there you
only
go.
imagine.
There's about 14 locations and shots visited and recreated from the GTA 6 trailer. Let me know if you want me to do this again when trailer 2 comes out. Hopefully we don't have to wait too long. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Alright guys, that was it. That was GTA 6 versus real life. They were damn near spot on. I was honestly surprised, but at the same time not surprised with the tennis court part. Because they did this with GTA 5. Like, they went around and they took, I think, like 250,000 pictures, if I remember. Because I read an article a couple of years back on the development of the game. So they take pictures of LA and then they recreated that in GTA 5. And there's so many locations that look exactly like GTA, look like real life in GTA 5. So it's almost perfect. So I expect perfection in 6, and they're delivering like they always do. So yeah, that was it. Hope y'all enjoyed. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications, all that good stuff. Follow my socials, my TikTok, Instagram, and Discord will be in the description. And with that said, I will see y'all in the next video, which I think is going to be this. GTA 6 only started development in 2020. I think it's more 2018 because that's when RDR2 finished, but we're going to hear that out still. And yeah, see y'all in the next video, which is that one. Goodbye.